So here we have the review of the Aprilia Tuono 660. Finally, the Tuono has a sibling, a smaller 660. I'm a huge fan of the Aprilia Tuono. It's an absolutely magnificent bike, and this one is no different. Handles well, got great power, it's really agile, it's got good brakes, good suspension, it's a lot of bike. Now the Tuono is just a very big, powerful motor, so them having a 660 opens up that door for not only capturing an inexperienced rider, but also those who just don't want 150 to 200 horsepower and would prefer something more like this. Now it's still powerful, 100 horsepower that this machine kicks out, but down below it just burbles along and you don't need to be using all of that power. Below like 6,000 you can really just ride this bike really mellow, especially in the city. But get to the canyons, take this thing up above 6,500, 7,000 and the power kicks in and this thing really takes off. The power band kind of reminds me of like the old 250 two-strokes, a real two-stroke power band there where it just a bit more of an on-off switch, really kicks in and off she goes. Loads of torque, loads of power, really exhilarating. Now it's also got some pretty intelligent electronics here. You've got 3 different modes. You've got an individual, which you can just go into and change all of those individual settings yourself. So you've got things like engine braking, wheelie control, traction control, ABS, all of those electronics that are now on all of the motorcycles. Well, here in the individual mode you can bespoke all of your own individual settings and also turn most of that off. The other 2 settings are dynamic and commute. Now when you go into those as default you can't change those default settings, so you've got a more intrusive ABS, you've got a more intrusive engine braking, you've just got more intrusive electronic to keep you safe. But like I said, dynamic gives you a bit more oomph out of the corners. The commute is much more of a smooth power delivery, and then like I said, go into the individual, take off all of that and you've got a pure beautiful motorcycle here. Now also riding position, really comfortable. I've been in the saddle all day, really enjoyed having those upright handlebars. I'm just being in a very comfortable riding position. I got no fatigue at all, very little wind feel. Probably have done a good job of keeping the rider protected. It's only a tiny little screen here at the front, so if you're going to do a load of commuting on a bike like this, I'm sure you're going to want to put a taller screen on it. But other than that, I felt really comfortable on this bike. So it's definitely a motorcycle that's going to suit the commuter because he's got these upright bars, loads of control, feels nimble on the chassis, it handles really well. General riding position of the gas tank and seat, really comfortable. I really enjoyed that. You've also got a few little electronic packages that you can upgrade, so you can put a cornering ABS on this, it doesn't come as standard. Also a quick shifter you can put on that doesn't come as standard. It's not a lot more, it's about 400 bucks above the standard base price. But I think those couple of electronics will be good for the rider who wants to spend more time in the canyon and enjoys that quick shifter feel. Now compared to the RS model, the suspension's a little different. It doesn't have adjustable on both fork legs, only on one, and the adjustment is only preload and rebound, so no compression settings. Same at the rear, you've got preload and rebound, no compression settings. But I found for the most part the suspension was really good, dialed in really well. For me, it only started to kind of like kick off a few bumps if I was riding really aggressive. But every rider's different, same with weight and size of riders and riders' style. So if I was riding this bike for a few more days, I'd just a few clicks on the rebound, try and get a bit more control of that, kind of unloading over bumps, and she'd be dialed in. Front forks felt really planted, and some good feel back there through the front forks, through the tyre. I also found that the brakes, even though the initial bit wasn't a lot of feel, if you anchored on, the brakes were really powerful. I felt like there was a lot of stopping power there, just probably not as much feel back through the lever as I would like. This bike also comes in 3 different colours. You've got the black, then you've got a silver, and then they call it acid gold, some kind of yellowy bike. Not my favourite, but apparently it's all the rave in Italy. But I love this model. The black and the silver for me look great, super sexy, very Aprilia. So overall, what you've got here with the Tuono is a very good motorcycle, a great electronics package, a powerful engine, a chassis that handles really well, and suspension that just soaks up those bumps. And it's made in Italy. They haven't gone to Asia and trying to make them a cheaper motorcycle like some of the other manufacturers. It's still all Italian made. Aprilia have done a great job with their middleweight Tuono. I'm a huge fan. I think they're going to do well. And at just over 10 grand, it's a lot of bike for its money.